All right, man, what's going on? It's your boy Cool Water, the Digital Dope Man, here from ishiphopdead.com and the digitaldopeman.com. I had to get on here, man, and speak about some things that have just recently occurred, and somebody else may end up going through the same situation. So it's kind of got me tripping right now. Day before yesterday, well, let me start back. I've been marketing, and this is about marketing. I've been marketing relentlessly, probably for the last 2.5 years strong. Guerrilla marketing style, not using paid ads. Every blue moon I would do that, but I was teaching myself and learning in the process what I needed to do. So when I got to that point, boom, I'm going to be, I would kind of springboard off into paid advertising. So I finally reached that place where I'm really solid and feel good about it and ready to start spending more money and all that good stuff. And over the course of that, I've had a couple of instances where I have boosted some posts on Facebook, and one of those posts dealing with George Floyd came back flagged. So not knowing all the logistics and policies, they mentioned something about the image. And I guess the image wasn't able to be read by the computer or something, but it wasn't nothing more than a police car on fire or something like that. Whatever it was. So I, refuted that and, did that, and they let it run for a little while, and then they took it down, and then I came back and created a Facebook shop, and that shop, that feed pulled in my t-shirts. But one of them t-shirts had something to do with weed on it, smoking weed, but nothing that I could control because I didn't know it was gonna pull all the stuff in there. So they flagged on that. Day before yesterday, a couple of days back, I went to run to George Floyd again because I said, well, let me catch some of this traffic because right now that topic is hot. I'm thinking I'm good. We passed that. So they come back with some issue about the picture, the image. And I refuted again. So it goes from there to me trying to run a t-shirt post. And then shortly after that, everything got shut down. So all my advertising has been disabled at this moment with Facebook. But one of the things, man, that really is two sides to the story. It's two coins, two sides to every coin. One is I'm a little defeated because I've been working towards this point for so long. And Facebook is where I do a lot of my dirty work. That's where I've been doing a lot of my branding. So people have seen it. They know about it. They've ran across it. And now I'm ready to get out in front of the audience and start pulling these people in. So I've been set down like a child on punishment. And that is really disheartening. The other side of it is, the positive is, I got to get off the nipple of Facebook and actually look at other areas and other ways to advertise and become the expert marketing, advertising person that I wanted and set out to be some years ago. So all these platforms, especially now with the social media, with the social issues that's going on across the world, with the pandemic and the vax, they want to put they want to put something in your arm. Everything is on a heightened alert. And all these platforms, like I was telling this guy yesterday when I was in this interview, they own and control. All these platforms are owned by white folk. Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter. And white folk are making the determinations on whether or not you can play with their toys or not. And that's the disheartening part about it, because I got to go through you to get to my heaven. And that's one of the issues that bothers me the most. But now I also have to become smarter and wiser. So that's the positive, because I got to become smarter and wiser. But then on the other side, I feel defeated because what? I've been working towards this for a long time. You know, so if you're one of them people like me who are hungry to succeed, and you have minimal resources and tools and contacts, your best asset is your brain and the information that you run across. Because I got tons of books in here on, you know, the internet, small business and what have you. And those are more like my mentors because, you know, I just go to the book. Trying to talk to people a lot of times, man, they have an ideology that don't sit well with me, and they want you to do what they want you to do. So just like I had another interview yesterday with a lady by the name of Rose who works for this dude named Andy. And she goes through asking me the questions, what's your goals, what's your target, yada, 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 how much money you trying to make. And then we get to the money part, because this is what I was trying to figure out when he was in my inbox talking about this company. What's it going to cost me? So once we got to that point, she hollered out X amount of dollars for like $600 and some dollars. Okay, well, that ain't nothing I want to pay. Then it went from that to like 400 something. Okay, well, I'm still not interested because that ain't what I'm looking to do. And yeah, I hear what you're saying. It sounds like it might be a good situation, but right now, me giving you that money, I could be using that money towards my own situation. So the ideologies don't fit, even though he may have a quicker strategy to be able to get to what you're looking for. It may be a situation where, you know, you got a certain moral aptitude and code of ethics that you run by, and you don't want to deviate from that. Because a lot of times when you start taking on other people's ideology, you behave and perform like them. And Andy is much younger than me. I'm gonna give dude 33. I'm gonna give him 34 if he even that old. But these is young cats. He's a young cat, and he got the game probably from Les Brown and a few other people who've been around for a while. But his business model don't mash with mine, except for the part about virtual assistants. You see? So, I'm talking to you like I'm talking to myself. You got to become versatile and get off the titty of any of these social media platforms that you may be nibbling on and suckling on, so that you don't become hooked and become dependent on one platform. Now, I've been trying to work and grow to learn several platforms, but again, Facebook is where I've been doing most of my dirty work. And I have another Facebook page, but that don't have any value. And I don't know if they're going to block it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in review with Facebook. Hopefully, by the grace of God, something happen and I can get back going. And I gotta tiptoe and then continue to learn their system. But black folks, we still at the hands of everything. When it come down to this, I'm at the hands of some white guy or some white girl or whoever on the back end who got to make the decisions about what it is I can and can't do. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I got to bow down to somebody else and get their approval to do my thing. You see what I'm saying? So, studying is key. Research is key. Understanding how to maneuver and still rise like cream is key. Very key. And you better damn sure make sure you the best at what you do, because as soon as you build it, they waiting to take it away. So this happened early for me, which is good, because I ain't made no money or nothing off of none of the stuff I was doing. But this is early in the game. before I really get to going, really to figure it out, really got all my T's crossed and my I's dotted. You dig? It's important that when you in here working on your goals and you're having to go through some corporate entity or some business person, realize that a lot of times they don't really have your best interest at heart more so than they are about having their best interest at heart with showing you what they know. With showing you what they know. Because if in my personal opinion, if Andy would have took a look at my blogs and the website and the links that I had presented to him when he ran up in my face talking about what I want to do and all this, I might have been more prone to want to do business with him because now I know you interested in what I'm doing. Dude wasn't interested in what I'm doing because he didn't even click on the site. No conversation came out of none of that as it related to me. He showed no interest in what I was building. So I was turned off from the get-go. But to go through the process, I wanted to see what was on the back end and what he was charging and what he was really trying to get at. So that's why I went through the process. But it's the usual. Get leads, take the system, show the system to somebody else. They pay you to get the system, and it's a replica. And then you go get in front of an audience, you speak, you sell products and services, they follow you on social media, you rise like cream to the top, and you got this huge following and you look like you a boss. But at the end of the day, you only an expert at what you know, which is just talking in front of people. And most of the stuff anyway, a lot of times is being outsourced. So a lot of people don't really know what they know. They really don't know a whole lot of nothing. So I'm going the long road, but I'm getting there. But at the end of the day, man, it's real disheartening. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I felt like it was important that you got your mind is your best asset. Your mind is your best tool. You understand? The ability for you to be able to think through pain, anxiety, stress. See, right now I got to become patient. I got to sit down and wait now because they done knocked the wind out of me. Because I was ready to go. I was ready to go the other day. I'm pushing. I'm like, man, now there's other stuff that I try to throw up an Amazon ad today. Hopefully that'll get approved. I'm not in no bad constraints with them. But Facebook put me on punishment. They got me in a situation now where, man, I'm like, okay, I don't really want to lose this because I need this in order to grow my audience, my brand, along with the other stuff I'm doing. But I also understand that I also got to be less dependent on their Facebook so that I can be a standalone and an independent and still reach my goals. Because these corporations will turn on you. Facebook, YouTube, Google, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever. They'll turn on you. You'll be out here, man, naked. And they just gonna keep on keeping on. So just know that, and I'm putting this out here, man, for somebody that may run across this. Just know that, man, everybody who's trying to aid and abet you ain't necessarily got your best interest in mind, more so than they have their best interest in mind, which is proving that they know something and proving that they can obtain a dollar, if you will. Because like I said, if dude would have took some interest in what I was doing and he went and actually looked and, oh man, this is cool. Oh, okay, I see how you rocking. And then I ended up getting with old girl. I might have went on ahead and fooled with him. But I know he's not interested in what I'm doing. He wants to sell me what he's been given and what they do with the intent of me coming in and, by the end of the year, I'm going to be the made six figures and then I'm just going to be reselling the system and whatever other opportunities that come up with that. So, it's all a hustle at the end of the day. But it's one of those things where you have to be cognizant of what's going on and you have to be savvy and wise and really, really pay attention because everybody's working against you. But sometimes you don't really recognize it. Your family, Sometimes it's your friends. Sometimes it's your better half. Sometimes it's people in the community, and you feel like you at war with everybody. This is where I'm at right now. I feel like I'm at war with everybody because nobody's really showing the support that I would like to have received. I got a couple people that give me big ups, but you need that stimulation to keep going. So you got to find it within yourself. So I'm going to get off of here, man. I just wanted to share that because I had to just, understand you are in an enclave and everybody's throwing rocks at the glass window because they're working against you. And you got to figure out how to maneuver through all of that and still rise to the top. And this is where I am now. Check me out at the blog ishiphopdead.com. Look for me at the home base site, thedigitaldopeman.com. Peace and stay blessed. Holla.